Good morning.
Morning, everyone.
Today is Thursday, June 11th.
Whoa. Where does the...
Yeah, where'd this month go?
10 days till the solstice.
Oh, man.
I know.
I don't want the days to get shorter.
I was out last night. I was like, oh, it's 8:35. And I just was like, I'm running out. I'm going outside for a walk down the road just to really experience. It's light out at 8:35 to whatever it was till 8:50.
Yeah.
You're echoing.
Yes, I was.
I wonder why.
Well, I don't know.
Technology.
Yes, technology.
At its finest.
So I have a new, for those of you that are joining us for Coffee Talk, maybe you're joining during the coffee hour, which at the center we say is like 9 to 10:30. And maybe you're drinking something. I am really mixing it up here by drinking a sweet and spicy tea this morning.
Ooh.
Ooh.
And it's fun. It is spicy.
What is it, Anna?
It's got cinnamon. I don't know what's in it. It's fun. Like if you put I put a little bit of the oat milk creamer in it, and it's just a taste sensation, but it doesn't have any caffeine.
Very nice.
Yeah.
I've got green tea.
Oh, me too, Sandra. No surprise.
Lovely. Do either of you or do any of our guests watching remember the China study? It's a very famous long-term longitudinal study of eating habits, basically proving that the eating habits in China are the best for your health and well-being. And I believe there's a lot of green tea drinking.
There is. That is true.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of rice eating.
Yeah, a lot of rice. But it's a very interesting, it got a lot of attention maybe 10 or 15 years ago because it followed people for decades.
They do live long lives, it seems. Yeah.
I don't know. I think what this was really about was about health outcomes. Like what health issues did you have during those lives? And that this particular cohort found that just low rates of heart disease, low rates of cancer, that are primarily vegetarian diet and all kinds of things. Anyway, it's something some of our guests may be familiar with, or you may want to look up. I'm guessing that Mary Lou and Dawn may be familiar with this. Maybe other people too.
Mm.
Very nice.
Yeah.
And I think they drink tea before, during, and after their meals. Like they're very big tea drinkers.
Tea is, yeah.
So Sandra, do you want to share our birthday today? Do we have a good birthday?
I think so. He's one of my favorite actors, Gene Wilder. If you remember Gene Wilder, he was in the movie Blazing Saddles. He played the sheriff. That's probably one of the movies he's most famous for. His breakout role was in Woody Allen's film, Everything You Want to Know About Sex, but We're Afraid to Ask. I've never seen that.
I haven't seen that either. You know what? I haven't seen Blazing Saddles.
You haven't? Oh.
No, I haven't either.
I own it. You want me to lend it to you?
No, I don't have it. I don't have a DVD.
It's an amazing, yeah, it's very funny.
I've heard really good things about it.
Yeah, it kind of picks on everything from racism to, yeah.
Wow.
It's a Mel Brooks, and you gotta love the Mel
Brooks. It's a Mel Brooks movie. Okay.
Yes, because he was also in the movie Frankenstein. It wasn't called Frankenstein. What was it called? Son of Frankenstein. I can't remember the name of it. But it was another Gene Wilder movie. He was married to, and if any of our guests remember when Saturday Night Live was brand new and just coming out back in the 70s, he was married to Gilda Radner. And they're not mentioning her in this little spiel, but he had always said that she was the love of his life. And she sadly passed away a few years into their marriage.
Oh, is that how their marriage ended? Because she died?
She died.
Oh.
Was it
Yeah.
related to some kind of unfortunate event?
It was, well, in a way, they were trying to conceive a child and they were having trouble, and she went to find out why. And she unfortunately passed away from ovarian cancer.
Oh. That's too
So,
bad.
but apparently my friend here was married 4 times and he did have a child. But yeah, he had always said in his later years, he always said that the love of his life was Gilda Radner.
Wow.
And
Well-
she was a riot. Oh, you know what else he was in? Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
I was just going to
He
lift that
played-
up.
Yep.
That's how I know him, is from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Yeah, same with me.
Mhm.
His quote is, "Time is precious, never waste it."
Mm. Okay, Gene
And
Wilder. I said, okay, Gene Wilder.
he passed away in 2016. He was 83.
Yeah, so he was really in the generation of several of our guests, maybe like a
Yeah.
little older, but his career, they may have followed it as their lives were moving on.
Yeah. And he had the craziest hairdo.
Yeah. And this is a good time. So today's the 11th. On Saturday, it's Sis's birthday.
Happy
So-
birthday, sis, a few days early.
So just to keep in mind, happy birthday, Sis, on Saturday, since we don't meet on Saturday. Yeah. Hopefully we'll be celebrating birthdays together again soon.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of great things have occurred in terms of many families and community members have written letters to the governor, and some really great news articles have come out. So we thank everybody for that support.
Yes.
So other things that happened today. Ooh, you want to do the first one, Julie Irish?
Sure. In 1817, the first predecessor of the bicycle is demonstrated using his revolutionary two-wheeler without pedals. German inventor Karl Drey completed a 14-kilometer test run in less than an hour, presenting a viable alternative to transportation by horse. So
It had no pedals.
So cool.
apparently it's without pedals.
Wow.
So like how little kids have the what do they call those little the push bike?
Right.
Ah,
So I mean, you certainly can go quicker on a push bike than just walking.
yep.
Right.
So maybe that's what it was like a push bike.
I bet you're
Yep.
right.
And then eventually the bicycle came along.
Wow, 200 years ago. What a great invention. I'm seeing that it froze.
Horse.
Yes.
Did either of you notice it freezing, the screen freezing?
Yeah, you froze.
I
Did
froze.
we freeze?
Yes.
Earlier, both of you were frozen.
Oh, really?
I missed parts of the conversation, but
Mm.
Again, technology.
I can
Yep.
still picture my first bicycle so clearly. I loved, well, my first two bicycles were just like amazing. I love them. I had a Schwinn sparkly banana seat that was like one of these like low rider like this. I loved it. And then I had a Schwinn with like one of these other kind of seats that used to be my aunt's, who was 8 years older than me. And it was like a maroon purple. Oh,
Ooh.
I love that bike.
Yes, I loved my bikes too when I was little, and as I was growing up,
Yep.
they were my way out of North Freiburg.
I felt so much like as a kid, I had so much independence with a bike. Like
Yes,
I could go to the candy store. I could get myself to school. I could get myself to soccer practice. I just felt like, gosh, those bikes were such a big deal.
Yep.
yes. I'd meet up with all my neighborhood friends. We'd meet halfway on our bikes.
And then bike around. Like,
Yes,
bike,
Yeah.
and just go bike around. Love
right.
it.
And Julie, where you grew up, it was flat. I mean, you go up my way and it was all hills. But where you were was great for riding.
I would go from my house in North Freiburg to out towards like West Freiburg and meet my cousin. And we'd go all the way to Jesse's store, Sandra. There were some hills. There were some
There
hills.
was some hills. You went that way, yes.
And then I would
I
go
used to
towards,
love-
then I would go towards Freiburg to meet up with my friend Robin, and there was a big hill between her house and my house. It depended on how far I would go, but I would go far to meet up with my friends.
Yeah,
I love that.
yeah. Now you can't let kids go like that. Or people are concerned with letting them go like that.
Yeah, it used to be we'd hop on the bikes in the morning and like
Yeah.
maybe make
We
it
were
home by
gone.
dark. Like everybody knew everybody. All the parents in the neighborhoods knew who all the kids were and where everybody was. The moms all knew how to find us. We were just gone for the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember like I mean that idea about, oh, you used to be able to. And I remember being one of the parents when Emma was younger, like, well, and you still can't. Like I felt like Emma could move around and she knew who her friends were. And I trusted her, and her knowing her way around and knowing Emma would call, like if something was shady, Emma,
Yeah.
I still feel like that's possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what else is going on? Oh, I thought this was interesting today. 1962, on this day, the Anglin brothers and their fellow inmate Frank Morris escaped from Alcatraz Island prison. And they're the only people that ever escaped Alcatraz.
Whoa.
So, and I don't know if did either of you see the movie Alcatraz?
Hmm.
That was a good movie.
You can go there and tour that prison now. Wouldn't that be cool? Kind of creepy.
Is it still an operating prison?
No,
Okay, good.
no.
Yeah.
I never saw the movie.
Well,
No.
I just love
There was the Birdman from Alcatraz. I can't remember who starred in it. That one came out like in the 60s.
Oh.
I like the idea of escape from prison. I mean, I understand that if it was like a violent criminal, we might get nervous about that, obviously. But I don't think that prisons are particularly helpful. I don't have the answer to what else we can do. So I'm not saying like, but
They used to send them to Australia.
well, not that. Sandra.
Well, they did. That's how Australia got populated.
Send them to Stowe, Sandra.
Now we have a good, clean, little safe town. Hey, the movie E.T. came out in theaters.
Oh,
My husband has never seen that movie.
Who remembers the song?
It was the song.
Turn on your heart light
Oh,
wherever you go. Let it make a happy glow for all the world to see. Do you remember that?
No.
Turn
I
on
remember.
your heart light. Oh, it was such a sweet song.
I do remember the song, but I don't remember the connection with the movie because I only watched the movie once, way back.
Wow. Hey, I know a little tidbit about that movie. You know how he liked Reese's Pieces?
Yeah.
You know why it was Reese's Pieces? Because Eminem said no to them using M&Ms.
Oh,
And
that was a
then the
mistake.
movie was huge, and yep.
Those
But
big
that's why
biscuits.
he was eating it. It brought Reese's Pieces right to the front line.
Huh. Wonder why Eminem said no.
No,
They didn't want to be associated with an extraterrestrial movie or something.
Oh,
I don't know,
right.
but afterwards they wished they had.
Yeah. Missed opportunity, Eminem.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, I still
Yeah.
remember when I saw ET in my room. Lit,
He
like,
was in your room? No.
well, this was my experience when I was young. I can like see the whole scene of an ET peering out from behind the screen chair that I had up in my room.
Whoa.
And it was like, whoa, but it was ET. ET's not scary. But nobody believed me.
Oh. Oh, goodness.
Do
All
you
right.
think you were dreaming?
No.
You were sitting there and you thought, that is really cool.
Yeah. I mean, it's interesting because for those people, and we've had conversations with guests and family members about different people's openness to these kinds of things. So I know that there are guests and family members that have had similar type experiences. But in this culture, when people like, that's not common. So like a lot of times, and then if you have that experience and people don't believe you, and you have it again and people don't believe you, you might start to like shut down
Mhm.
because you stop having belief in your own experience. You're basically being told,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
like, I'm not saying I'm not making some big story about it, but I thought, oh, I'll just share that story. I saw ET.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So in 2010, Africa hosts the FIFA World Cup for the first time. The 19th Association Football World Cup was opened in Johannesburg, South Africa. The winner of the historic edition was Spain.
So, interesting story. I was married then, and my ex-husband and his cousin went to the World Cup.
Whoa.
They're huge soccer fans. They went to the World Cup. They saw lots and lots of games. I don't think they saw the final. And I have a fleece blanket from South Africa, FIFA
Wow.
World Cup blanket from that.
Very nice.
Mhm.
Now, is this football, or is this soccer football?
Right.
Soccer.
Soccer is football
Soccer.
everywhere except here.
Right.
And FIFA, so is very known for its corruption. I don't know if it's gotten any better, but apparently it's just like a very corrupt association.
Wow.
Hmm. Well, I've never followed any of that, so I would not be able to add to this part at all, actually.
So you haven't followed FIFA corruption, or you haven't followed soccer, or
None of the above.
none of the above? I grew up playing soccer. Yeah.
Mm.
Those are some pretty good. Oh, that would be a good. You know what? Have we already done this for a Zoom? Is talking about like yard games that you played with your friends growing up.
We sort of touched upon it, but I think we should bring it up again because there's plenty to talk about.
Yes.
Yeah.
So fun. Well, and if they were fun, because maybe not everyone had a fun experience of that, but I remember loving playing outside and playing games outside.
Yes.
Yeah. especially at dusk when it's starting to get dark.
Yeah.
Like, you know, we're still allowed to be up, and yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, in my grandparents' house, we would always set up croquet, and it wouldn't matter how many of us were there for all of the members of the family. We all got involved, and it was a lot of fun.
Loved croquet. My best friend growing up right down the street, we would play croquet in her yard. Loved playing croquet.
Nice. Yes.
Did either one of you play kick the can?
We played
One
kickball.
person.
A lot of kickball.
Huh? No, this is kick the can.
Mhm.
One person runs, kicks the can, everybody hides, and then they have to go find them.
Yep, I've played that before when I was
Yeah.
younger in the neighborhood.
Yep. In the neighborhood.
We did manhunt.
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 It's kind of like kick the can, I guess.
Yeah. It's kind of like a version of hide and seek.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Remember playing red light?
Red light.
Red light, green
Yeah.
light.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Red light. Everybody had to freeze.
Oh, right.
If they said green, you ran. And then they'd yell red and they'd have to skid to a stop. That
What was that one where
fun.
you go really slow? Is that like orange light? And people would
Oh,
try
yeah.
and they'd be like, red light. And then they'd have to like stop like mid-step.
That was fun times.
Oh my
I guess
gosh.
I don't remember that game. So
No,
much.
not or like this is a very dangerous game, Red Rover,
I remember
Yeah,
that
we
one.
used to do that one.
pulling people's shoulders out of whack.
Clothesline everybody.
Yeah.
Oh,
We used to play, I can't remember what we called it, alley over. And we had a tennis ball or something, and we used the milk room of my father's, and we throw it over, and if somebody caught it, they came running around to the other side, and if they tagged you, you were out. I think it might have been a version we made up. We played it all the time. But there'd be two groups of kids. Well, in my family, you know, there's 10 of you, so
or like
Yes.
or tag, freeze tag.
yeah.
So amazing, like, and how blessed, I feel very blessed that we had enough kids to play freeze tag. Like you didn't need that many. We'd go over and knock on the door. Hey, you guys, can you come play? Let's play freeze tag. Because you didn't want to just play with 3 people. You
Right.
need-
Right.
Come on, we need some more people
Yeah.
for freeze tag.
Or Simon Says.
Mm.
When I had my daycare and the kids got too rambunctious, Simon Says, and they loved it. Calm them right down.
I think that's a good game for adults too. It's just a fun
Oh, yeah.
building activity, Simon Says, and see what you can get people to do. Because like you can do different things, you know.
Yeah.
So this was today. I know we still have a joke left, don't we?
Yes. Okay, so what starts with the letter E, ends with the letter E, but only has one letter in it?
Huh?
An envelope.
Ah!
An envelope. I was thinking an envelope, a letter,
But I works.
right?
No, because it's only got one letter.
Right, it's only got one letter in between E and E.
Oh, I thought it meant just one letter in the word.
Yeah, probably.
Yep.
It's a good one. It makes you think.
It is a good one.
Yes,
I
it
like-
does. I like those.
It was a good pun.
Yes.
So we hope to see some of you on Zoom. Zoom is Zoom. And that you have a glorious lunchtime. And that's all. Peace be with you.
Take care. Bye-bye.